vuorossa Helsingin kisaveikot, HKV, vahvasti mukana näissä järjestelyissä.
There we go. We got finished 5 kilometers race and oh god, it was hard. I, to be honest, wanted to give up from the beginning. Like I had, I think, more fear of failure than reward from the kind of opportunity, and that was going through my mind, and I went through a huge negative spell at the beginning. But you know what, I'm actually really proud. I started the race, I started fast and hard for the feeling, and yeah, I'm not making excuses, but I guess not feeling so fresh, and also not competing any events, so that's why I had that huge nervous anxiety. And the first thing to win is that I started and I pushed the hard whole way. Didn't get the thing that we wanted in a sense the time, but we'll turn back up and we'll do it again. But I'm gonna go freshen up, do a cool down, and we can debrief the whole race and see how it went, because there's some interesting points I want to share. I'm actually feeling quite fresh, to be honest. Well, not fresh, but yeah, the body's feeling good. Maybe those Adidas Takumi Sens, the softness in them also helps, but also the consistency in training in running has really helped. And like right now, that's why I'm out as well. First of all, I love running. Second of all, well, look at the day. And then also, if you want to get better at running, you need to have consistency. At this stage also, when I built up a good rhythm, I almost feel as if I don't want to go running. Well, I want to go running, but what I mean here is that I need to go running. Just like eating food, my body needs to go out for a run for it to be satisfied for the day. And that also feeds my mind, because as I said, it's something I enjoy and makes me mentally feel good as well. But yes, after the 5k run, I am actually feeling quite good, and today we're out doing 20 to 25 kilometers, nice and easy, and we're running around a lake, and yeah, what a glorious day. Okay, some notes here, sitting on the squeaky chair. So we did 17 minutes and 22 seconds, and that was like an average pace of roughly like 3:28 to 3:29 per kilometer, and that comes out around like 5 minutes 35 per mile. Didn't quite hit the goal. The goal was to go sub 17 minutes, anything 16, whatever it would have been so good. But not today. But the good thing is I turned up and I started doing it, and this is like one of the problems actually where I had around the whole thing, as you probably heard just previously. The nerves, they got to me, and like there's many reasons around this, you know, racing and being at events can be quite a nerve-wracking thing on its own. I mean, I like to think that I have attended, you know, some running races already and know that experience, but I think over the last year or two, some injuries, COVID, you know, blocking some of those kind of like races and everything, and I haven't been going to as many races as I would have liked to, and as a result, you know, there's a lot more, I guess, nerves as a result of that. And one of the things that I wanted to change is turn up and race a lot more. And the good point here is that I started that kinetic chain of like going to some races, and yeah, you've got to start somewhere, and here we are, and giving it a good old crack. 17:22, as I said, is not a bad time, so it's a good building block towards what I want. I must admit, like on that evening before and the day of the morning of the race, I kind of almost wanted to not go, or I was looking for some excuse to not start. And obviously as a runner, you always want to run, so having an excuse to not go and run is not what you want. And I kind of like nurtured that thought in my mind, and I said to myself, look, you've got to go, you've got to, you know, if you want to achieve greatness, you have to put yourself in that position to be able to try. And that's the very thing that I did. I got to the start line and I said, look, just start and see how it feels. And if after, you know, 2, 3, 4 kilometers, you're like really not there, I mean, 5k race, you feel like it's like death wrapped up, or from the very beginning anyway, because it's such a hard effort. But if it's really not your day, then you just stop, or you just, you know, jog it in, whatever. It's the big first failure is to not even start at all. So I did ad hoc change some things at the very beginning, and yeah, I changed the plan from, you know, going out at 3 minutes 24 per kilometer, which would be the goal pace pretty much in a way, and then just like a little bit faster towards the end. And I said, look, go by feel, you know, go by the feel of how your system's feeling. And I decided I wasn't going to look at my watch at all, and I'm just going to go out there and push hard. Doesn't mean I wasn't going to go and push hard, because I wanted to push hard. And actually, I think in one sense that is one of my mistakes, to not achieving the goal. But I mean, it's not a mistake because I went and started, isn't it? But yeah, those first 1.5 kilometers, I looked at that post analysis, and you can probably see some of the details here from my Strava. I did like a slow first kilometer of around 3 minutes 33 per kilometer. Then after that, maybe coming up to 1.5 kilometers, I realized that I'm going slower because everybody who was around me was actually slowing down a little bit. Or I think, you know, generally in a 5K, everyone goes out a little bit too quick from what they probably are capable of. And I noticed that I was actually, you know, feeling good, and they were like dropping back, and I was like, okay, this is my turn. I need to start, you know, revving the engine and pushing forwards. Maybe that is the opportunity missed in that first 1.5 kilometers. You don't get to play those ones back. But yeah, then going forwards, the course itself was a little bit of a tricky one. I must admit that there were some changes because of some roadworks on the normal course, and there were a few like tight turns where you bend back on yourself, and a little bit of gravel and little few ups and downs. Now, okay, look, these are not excuses, because this is for everybody on the day, and also it's for me, it's all down to me why I why I ran 17:22, and it's not down to the course. You know, I can run a sub 17 on that same course, but I chose not to, in a way, by doing all those decisions. But, you know, as I said, like the lesson and the big gain point here for me is the fact that I started it, and actually I progressively ran faster and was like going faster than goal pace in that kilometer 4 to 5, and even a little bit before, and picking off people in front of me. And that really, you know, boosted me to say, hey, look, you've definitely got this within the legs and within the system. Sub 17 is achievable. You just need to get out there and, you know, push hard and do it again. And wow, what an experience, I've got to say, to finish the 5 kilometer race on the Helsinki Olympic Stadium. That was from 1952. And, you know, greats like Emil Zatopek and Paavo Nurmi have finished and run races and competed on there, and there I am there finishing my race. It's like great privilege on it, and that's one reason why I actually really enjoy doing this race. But the last 500 meters coming back into the stadium is a little bit of a rise, maybe 10 meters or something like that of elevation gain. I just allowed myself to look at my watch, and I was like at 16:30, and I was like, okay, so I've got to run 500 meters up a little incline and bending around, and I just knew then that 17 minutes is not, you know, on the cards for today. Well, that's 16:59, let's call it, really. But, you know, actually that I was still competitive in that environment for that time, in a sense, it did give me like a good boost. And the fact, as I said, you've got to try to win, and that's the only way you will win. If I create many excuses, and yeah, I think that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to go out with this video as well. I mean, I don't hide anything on my YouTube channel, but I think it's really important to share those failures. And I put those inverted commas, which I've been using quite a lot, because it's not a failure at all. It's something to learn and grow from. So I hope you got some value from this, and I will be racing another 5 kilometers, hopefully sometime soon. And yeah, and I'm very sure it will be what I want. I've just got to keep working hard and putting the effort in and keep turning up. So that's what I plan to do. Thanks a lot for watching the video. As I said, if you got any comments, leave them down below. Like the video if you did it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. See you in the next video.